So it's hustle grind all 2025. Today is February 4th. I spent the day doing my gig economy things. I did Lyft and Uber per usual. I downloaded DoorDash for the first time in like years. I used to have it. I did one DoorDash order years ago, decided I didn't like it, cut it out. But I was watching a guy who's actually from Minnesota. He was live streaming and he was doing his DoorDash thing. And he inspired me to go on ahead and start a YouTube channel specifically for gig economy work, because yes, I do that, but this channel isn't for my gig economy stuff. This channel specifically for trading and for mindset, for inspiration, for all of that stuff. Just it's all somewhat finance based, financially motivated. Not that the gig economy stuff isn't, because that is also, but that's a separate entity. Like I want to separate the two. This one I want to focus more on my trading and like really trying to either document it, talk about it, whatever. So today I placed a trade. No, yesterday. I didn't place a trade today. I placed a trade yesterday. One thing I have a habit of doing is placing a trade from my phone when I probably shouldn't be placing a trade from my phone. I have nothing against placing a trade from my phone as long as it's the proper time and I'm entering at the right place within the market, right structure, where it makes sense for me to actually place that trade. And a lot of times I make an emotional decision and place a trade based off of that when I place it on my phone, because I'm not always in front of my computer at the times when it's most beneficial for me to enter the market. I don't necessarily have like I need to be trading at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. type of thing. Now, it would be different if I was strictly focused on options, which I'm learning and wanting to get into. But as of right now, I'm still primarily focused on the foreign exchange market. And with that being the case, it's all about levels for me. It's all about getting in at the right time, when the price is right. Getting in at the right price rather than getting in at a specific time of day. And so with that being said, most of the time what I need to be doing when I'm executing from my phone is placing limit orders, not executing at doing market orders. So if I do limit orders, then that way I know for a fact I'm getting in at the price I want to be in at. I have my take profit, I have my stop loss already set, and I'm good to go. So yesterday I did actually do that. I had a limit order. And my thing is I should have waited. I'm not mad at the trade though, because I had my limit order in. I bought where I thought the market would go. I had my TP at where I thought the market would end. I had my stop loss at where I thought the market could go to get me out, and it got me out, so I'm not necessarily mad at that. I am upset that I had the loss, but it is part of the game. You know, when you get into trading that you're going to lose some, you're going to win some, and that's just kind of what it is. The reason I felt the emotions I felt after losing is simply for the simple fact that I have taken so many L's with trading that I'm just like almost overwhelmed by doing it. And almost to the point where I feel like, damn, like drained. Like, it's like, damn, can I ever get over this hurdle? Can I get over this hump? Like, when is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my turn? That's kind of the mindset and the thinking that I've had lately when it comes to some of the losses that I've had occur. And so it's not the right mentality to have, but I'm trying to be transparent, trying to be real and honest and upfront with y'all when it comes to what I'm dealing with mentally when it comes to trading. This stuff is not easy. It's not for the weak-hearted at all. It is really something that you gotta build that discipline. You gotta build that discipline within yourself, emotional discipline. Because I always used to think that, like, okay, I got discipline, I got patience. Like, I'm a patient person. I allow for people to do certain things and I don't let them bother me. I don't let it get to me. I can go to the gym every single day for 5 years, 3 years straight, or most, I'm not gonna say every day, but like most days out of a week 4 to 5 days out the week. I can go to the gym. I can build muscle. I can not eat certain things. But it's different when you get to the market. It is so different when you get to the market. I'm getting a phone call. So as I was saying, it's different when it comes to the markets. Like when you see your money fluctuating up and down, like your emotions really take a toll on you. Like that, it really gets to you to the point where it's like, damn, I have to exit this trade, or I have to do something. Like you, and then a lot of times too, you get analysis paralysis, and you've overanalyzed so much and you hesitate to enter the market when you know you should be getting into the market. And sometimes you hesitate to exit the market when you know you need to get out. And this is specifically when you don't have a stop loss in place, or when you don't have a take profit in place, and you just kind of winging it. And unfortunately, a lot of people do this, and it's because they haven't learned. Even they'll hear it from like many traders who have a lot more experience than them. Like, oh, trade with small sizes. Make sure you have a stop loss in place. Make sure you have a take profit in place. Cut your losses. Let your winners run. Like, you'll hear these things, but you still have to experience it for yourself, because if you don't experience it for yourself, you won't listen. You won't listen. And I know, because I've experienced it myself. I know exactly what it's like to be in a trade, be up, I don't know, a couple $1,000s or whatever, and then that trade come all the way back and take you out for a loss, and not even in profit. Like, it takes you out for a loss. I know what it's like to be down a few $100s, $1,000 or whatever, and then allow that trade to continue to run until you can't take it no more, and then you finally cut it, and you done lost 3 to 4 times as much as you should have lost, or 3 or 4 times more than you should have lost had you had a stop loss in place, or had you exited when you said you was gonna when you was gonna exit. Like, having that mental stop. So a lot of times it's like you want to have these mental stops, these mental take profits and things like that, but it never really works out. You gotta have a hard stop. You gotta have, especially when you first getting started. Now, if you've been doing it for a while and you know like what you're doing, and you trust in your decision-making abilities and your ability to actually exit the market when you say you're gonna exit the market, then by all means, do what you gotta do. Just trade without any type of stops or take profit in place, and you'll be fine. But it really takes for you to have that experience before you get to the point where you feel or should feel comfortable doing those things. I wouldn't recommend it at all. So I did take those L, or that L. Now, back in the day when I first was getting started trading, I would have taken that L and I'd have jumped right back in another trade on some, oh, I got to get my money back, revenge trading. And that kills you every single time. Every time. It might have been once or twice, maybe, where like I revenge traded and I actually like won that trade. Most of the time you get yourself in a deeper hole. Like, that's where you really got to step back, woosah, and like come back to the market with a clear mind, like tomorrow or the next day. Like, take a couple days off, or even a couple hours, like, or an hour. Like, don't just jump right back in the market as soon as you take a loss. And that's what I did for so long when it comes to trading. Is I would get in, take a loss, jump right back in, take a loss, jump in again, take a loss until I couldn't take it no more. I would do that. And the same thing with prop firms. Like, I would buy a prop firm challenge, lose, buy another prop firm challenge immediately, lose. And I'm not saying that I would lose these immediately, but like after I immediately lost a challenge, I was buying another challenge within 10 minutes, literally. Like, I couldn't wait a day. I couldn't wait 2 days. In my mind, I felt like if I didn't have a challenge, I wasn't getting closer to my goals. And if I always had to have a challenge at every single point, at any point. Like, I had to have a challenge. If I didn't have a challenge, like I said, I felt like I was unproductive and I wasn't getting towards my goals. When the reality is, what I should have done is, for one, waited to buy a challenge like in the first place, traded with a small amount of money on a real account, on a live account with my funds, maybe like $500 or something like that, at most $1,000, and become profitable with that for like 3-4 months in a row, then go buy a challenge is what I should have done. But I didn't do that. And I don't think most people do. And I wouldn't recommend just demo trading because you don't have the same level of emotion when it comes to demo trading as you do when you have real money at stake. Like if you don't have any actual funds at stake, whether that's whether that's your money, or you purchased a prop firm account and you're dealing with simulated money through them, but it's still your money that you took out and dished out in order to pay for that prop firm account to begin with. So if you don't have your own money at stake and you're dealing with straight monopoly funds and simulated accounts, you're just gonna go willy-nilly crazy because you can. Like, what's at stake? You have nothing at stake. You're not at risk of losing anything. You're not at risk of winning anything either. But the fact that you can't lose anything, you're literally numb to any drawdown that you experience. You're numb to anything negative that you will experience with the real account when you're actually trading with live real money, or on a prop firm account that you spent $600 for or $300 for or whatever. So this is really a message to all the newbie traders, all the guys and girls, the women and men out there who are just getting into trading. Be patient. Don't rush the process, but trust the process. Please trust the process, because chasing the money is not going to get you nowhere. It'll get you broke, but it's not going to elevate you in the way that you think that it will. And that was my problem. And my thing is, I always want people to learn from the mistakes that I made. Like my daughter, I have conversations with her all the time about saving money and budgeting, about investing money, and making the right choices when it comes to your financials, your finances. Because when I was younger and even up to now, like, I didn't have anyone giving me these conversations when I was a kid. Like, no one told me about saving money and investing, and like took it seriously. Like, they may have said it in passing or whatever, just, oh, save some money, or, oh, don't mess up your credit or whatever. But like, for one, they didn't even know how to properly take care of your credit. Like my mom, she didn't have good credit. My dad had great credit, but he never really had those type of conversations with us. There was never any talks about like, oh yeah, this is exactly how you build credit, keep credit. And I don't know, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure if he had good credit when I was a kid. He has it now. He has amazing credit now, and he's had it as long as I can remember as an adult. As long as he's been out of prison, I'll say that he's had pretty good credit. Now, when we were kids, yeah, I don't recall him. There was no one that was teaching us things when it comes to financial literacy, in which, and I want to make sure that I'm the change that I want to see in the future when it comes to my lineage, because I want my daughter to be well off. I don't want her to have to depend on nobody for nothing. I want her to be self-sufficient in every way possible. And then I want her to find a man who is the same. And they come together, make a power couple, do whatever, and just like don't have any worries, you know, and teach their kids, so on and so on and so forth. There's a lot of things that I didn't do that I wish I would have done in the past, as far as like putting money in the stock market and so on and so forth. Like getting a stock account or an investment account for my daughter, like when she was first born, and putting money in there. Like, you got to think about how those things compound over time. And the fact that in my mind, all I was thinking about was income and not investing, I was thinking ass backwards. And a lot of people think this way when you come from the areas and the type of communities that we come from, where we're not taught about financial literacy. And most people in America aren't taught these things unless you come from well-off parents who have educated themselves or got educated themselves from their parents or whoever their guardians were or whatever. So these are the type of conversations that we need to be having on a regular basis. And these are the things that I'm looking to really do in the future here, is really like build a community of people who talk about elevating their lives and changing their family's dynamic and the lineage from starting with them and going forward. And one of the best ways that I think I can do that is through YouTube. And so that's why I'm doing this. Hopefully I can help some people. And I look forward to helping as many people as possible. And in return, I'm looking to be helped. And when I say that, I mean, like, the help for me is just having that community of people that I can reach out to and have these type of discussions with. And I feel like, you know what? Those are my people. That's my tribe. Those are the people that I want to deal with on a regular basis. That I want to pick up the phone and just like have a conversation with you on every single day at any given time. It's just like, you know what? These are the conversations I like to have, and you're the type of person that I want to have these conversations with because you are also interested in it as much as I am. Because currently, I don't have that. And the friends that I have, we're talking childhood friends. I don't have that. Like, it's conversations about things that I'm not really that interested in anymore. At a point in time, I was in my life, but at this point, I'm kind of over that stuff. And so I'm looking to build that community. And if you are someone who also is looking to build or be a part of a community of people that are going in the direction that you're looking to go in and trying to build something, elevate their lives, save money, invest money, talk about building businesses, so on and so forth, then, content creation, all of this stuff, then subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'm about to go in the house. I'm about to go in the crib and get ready for this Tyler the Creator show because me and my daughter is going to that. His first stop is Minnesota, so he's in town. We're going to go there, have some fun, and that's it.